So last weekend, my roommate Sarah decided to throw a fancy dress dinner party. She'd been binge-watching period dramas and wanted an excuse to use her grandmother's silverware, so she sent out these ornate invitations with gold trim and an excessive amount of cursive. Naturally, everyone in our friend group got way too excited and immediately started planning their outfits, think tuxes, gowns, top hats, the works. Except Dave. Dave, bless his heart, texted me a cryptic "can't wait to show off my look" 2 days before, which seemed innocent enough at the time. Fast forward to the night of the party. We're all gathered around the living room, sipping cheap champagne and pretending to understand which fork to use, when the doorbell rings. In walks Dave, grinning ear to ear, wearing what can only be described as a full-length ball gown made entirely out of floral tablecloths. He'd even fashioned a matching headpiece out of napkins. For a solid 30 seconds, the room was dead silent, except for Sarah, who choked on her drink so violently I thought we'd have to call 911. Dave, undeterred by our stunned faces, twirled dramatically and declared, "I wanted to really embrace the theme." Turns out, he'd misread the invite as fancy table dress and raided every linen closet he could find. People tried to play it cool, someone complimented the pleats, another asked if he'd used starch, but it was impossible to ignore the fact that he was rustling louder than the actual table settings every time he moved. Dinner became a game of how many bread rolls can we sneak into Dave's skirt before he notices, which, by the way, is apparently 7. By dessert, Dave had fully leaned into his role, offering people extra napkins from his sleeves and occasionally standing so still someone tried to set down their wine on his shoulder. The best part? When it was time for the group photo, Sarah announced, "Everyone gather around the centerpiece." And Dave just plopped down in the middle of the table. So yeah, we wanted a fancy dress party, but Dave took it literally. He was the only person who managed to serve both looks and dinner.